It has been a hot minute since I pulled cards for us on this podcast. And you know what? Spirit has a way of waiting until the moment is just right. Today is one of those moments. This isn't just my usual format, but every once in a while, I love to pause, shuffle a deck, and listen in for what the collective needs. Think of this as an energetic reset, a little oracle medicine, if you will, to help us recenter, realign, and remember what's possible. And here's the thing, it isn't typical for me to pull three cards in any one time. Usually it is one card shouts, "Pick me. This is the card for you today." But that is not what happened today. Today, three cards jumped out at me like they had to be together. And what that says to me is that this message is layered and it is important. And so we need to pay attention. Welcome to Mindset Medicine with Dr. Tanya Berfield, where science meets soul, burnout meets boundaries, and high achieving women finally stop performing and start healing. I am a resilience and transformation expert, nervous system strategist, and recovering overfunctioner just like you. This podcast is your sanctuary for breaking cycles, rewriting stories, and reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your power. Each week, we blend neuroscience, somatic practices, and spiritual truth to help you unlearn the noise and remember who you really are. You're not broken. You're breaking free. And this is your medicine. Okay, friend, before we dive in, I want to tell you just a little bit about Oracle cards. We are diving into the hippie woo for sure. You know, I love that. But this is not just about fortune telling. It's not about predicting the future. And it's certainly not about handing your power over to some external force. This is about creating a pause. This is what I love about Oracle cards. I love doing this even in staff retreats and professional settings because it is about reflection, it is about resetting, and it is about clarity. The symbolism, the blessing, the mantra that on any given card, these things all invite your brain and your body to process things a little bit differently. Sometimes that will mean waking up your intuition or your creative side. The interpretation, the storytelling, and the meaning all engage your logical problem solving self, all pushing you to step out of autopilot, one of my favorite things. So, from a nervous system perspective, pulling cards gives your body a moment of pause or of curiosity. This act of shuffling, the ritual of choosing, the focus on the imagery, these are all grounding practices. They drop us out of that fight or flight and into presence. And then from a soul perspective, it's a matter or a reminder that we're not walking through life alone. There is always guidance. There's always connection. There's always something bigger at play. So today's deck I have for you, this one, I'm going to call this a little bit extra special. This deck is called Seesaw Journey. I'll hold it up here. So Seesaw, for those of you that are watching, I should qualify that. If you're watching the podcast, you can see the deck of cards. So Seesaw Journey Oracle cards, it is called by Pippa Best. This is the very first deck of cards that I ever owned before I even knew what were Oracle cards and what you were supposed to be doing with them or how to use them. And it's really one of my favorites. These cards are beautiful, gorgeous ocean imagery, and they're really gentle. Not all cards are gentle. These have a very gentle imagery or energy. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Do not be fooled because they will knock you on your behind. They are so accurate that they will knock the wind out of you. It's really amazing how they work and to watch people receive them. So they are really soft in delivery, but the truth is so strong. That's why tools like this actually support your nervous system and the safety of your nervous system. When you see a card that resonates, your body feels a little bit of release. Like, yes, that's true. Totally true for me. That recognition is somatic regulation, your intuition, the part of you that knows before logic catches up and feels seen and validated. That is why Oracle cards are more than just woo. They are science and soul and somatics working together. So I pulled three cards and I'm going to show you each of them just so that you can also see the imagery associated with them if you are watching. The first one is the card Hope. Look how pretty that is. So hope, and the message on it says, may the horizon always sustain you. So the card message is, again, may the horizon always sustain you, but also your inner knowing that the tides will turn, finding space where the waves break more gently, allowing you to pass. And this particular deck, they have a message, a blessing, and then a mantra. So I'll read those to you as well. The blessing is, may your longings be heartfelt. May hope sustain you through the dark days and the gray. May you anticipate with love and faith. And then the mantra is, hope is the wind to my sail. So for me, the way that this lands, especially when you think about how we're going to layer this with the next two, is hope is not naive or fluffy or toxic positivity. Hope is not passive. Hope is your nervous system remembering that nothing is permanent. Science tells us that hope literally shifts your brain chemistry. Dopamine pathways light up when you anticipate a better future. That is not delusion. That is biology creating resilience. In soul language, hope is the horizon that reminds you that the tide will always turn. If today feels heavy, if you've been in a season of gray, hope whispers, this is not forever. Somatically, hope feels like a breath unclenching your chest. Spiritually, hope is that inner knowing that your soul didn't bring you this far just to abandon you. So ask yourself right now, what's the horizon that is sustaining you? What longing do you want to anticipate with love and faith? Hope leads you to the next card because it is an act of courage. It is the first step towards everything else. And so the next card is courageous. How fitting is that? And look at the imagery on that. The wave is just like pushing and beating, and it takes a little bit of like courage and strength to be able to navigate that, right? So here, the message is, may each breaking wave build your courage. The sea wills you to see your strength. It proves your resilience with challenges to extend your courage. Stroke by stroke, it asks how far you will go in pursuit of yourself towards all you can become. The blessing, may you throw caution to the wind and the gulls. May you find courage in the sea. May you be bold. I love that. May you be bold. The mantra, I face fear with compassion and claim my path. How about that? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the partnership with fear. So somatically, courage feels like trembling hands that still type the resignation letter. It's still a shaky voice that speaks your truth. It could be a heart racing as you walk into a room that you've been avoiding. Science backs this up. Courage I can't say it. Courage requires co-activation. Courage requires co-activation of fear and goal-oriented parts of your brain. Your amygdala screams danger, but your prefrontal cortex says, we are going anyway. That's how new neural pathways are born. Each time you do something scary but safe, speaking up at a meeting, setting a boundary, pressing record on a podcast, your brain rewires, your nervous system learns, I survived that. I can do it again. This is called exposure with integration. And it's how resilience is built. Courage is not a one-time thing. It's built wave after wave, moment after moment. So the question this card asks you, where do you need to face fear with compassion and claim your path? Do you know? I think you know. Are you ready to face it? All right. And then the third card, one of my favorite words, can you see that? Look how pretty that is. Look at the gorgeous colors on that. Is joy. So the message behind joy is may you pursue what lights you up. Whether you find joy in the sea's beauty, in its calls to playfulness, connection, freedom, faith, or belonging, or in the exhilarating vitality of your own survival. The sea reminds you to pursue what lights you up. The blessing is, may your pleasure be easy. May your smile be wide and your laughter fulsome. May your happiness cast joyful ripples, great circles of delight that journey far. The mantra is, my joy ripples of dancing light. I love that. My joy ripples of dancing light. So, joy is the most radical nervous system reset you can claim. Joy is not frivolous. It is not when everything gets done sort of thing. Joy is fuel. It is the signal to your brain and your body that you are safe enough to play. When you experience joy, your body releases dopamine and oxytocin, the connection chemicals that soothe stress and strengthen relationships. I'm having a hard time with S's. Soothe stress and strengthen relationships. From a somatic perspective, joy regulates the vagus nerve and improves heart rate variability and strengthens your resilience. From a soul perspective, joy is permission to live, not just survive. Permission to live. And here's the cool part. It's contagious. Your laughter, your lightness, your dancing ripple out and affect those around you. Joy does not mean that everything is perfect. It means in the middle of the storm, you still choose to find something that lights you up. So, friend, what lights you up? Where can you choose a moment of joy today? Not later, not when it's convenient, but right now, today. And then, of course, we can't just pull a card and then say, oh, that's nice, right? We have to do something with it. So there's always an integration piece. When I work with a client and we talk about where we're at in our process, and then when we're pulling a card to see what's happening in their energy or what we need to be reflecting on, there's always an integration piece. So here's what I see when I combine these three cards. Number one, hope gives you vision. It sustains you when the waves are heavy. Two is courageous gives you action. It's the willingness. It gets you moving stroke by stroke. And then number three, joy is your fuel. It is the medicine that sustains the journey and ensures that you are not just surviving the sea, but you are dancing with it. It is a cycle. Hope plants the seed, courage waters it, and joy is the sunlight that makes it bloom. Together, they remind you you are sustained, you are brave, and you are alive. And so, how do we bring that in? We've done some reflection. I would encourage you to maybe do some movement and put some more thought into this and just spend some time with it, maybe journal, whatever that looks like for you. But then here's a prayer for you. So I'm gonna say this, and what I want you to do is sort of put your hands on your chest and close your eyes if you are able to do that right now. And I want you to take a nice deep breath and just listen. And I'm gonna read to you this prayer. Are you ready? Take a nice deep breath. May hope be the wind to your sail. May courage rise with each wave you face. May joy ripple through your being, casting circles of light that reach far beyond. Today, may you remember you are sustained by the horizon, strengthened by the sea, and lit up by the joy that is your birthright. And so it is. All right, my friend. If this recording resonated, sister, I'd love for you to walk a little bit deeper with me. My upcoming book, Radical Resilience, is available for pre-order right now. When you pre-order, you also get access to a live activation call with me, where we will anchor into hope, courage, and joy in your own life. And then for the practical everyday reset, pair your pre-order with the Anxiety Reset Toolkit. That is science, soul, and somatics that you can use right away. So for either of those, head over to the website, www.drtanyab.com, to grab them. And then give yourself that reset, because you deserve more than survival. Hope, courage, and joy. That is your medicine today. Until next time, friend, I love you.